Meat day, that's right. It's here, it's arrived. We're maxing out. Let's get into it. I'm Carl Ragavan, Europe's original starting strength coach. This is Beautiful Strength. Welcome to my meat day show. So those of you keeping up to date, my meat day was cancelled in Wichita Falls, Texas. So that's the home of Mark Ripetoe's gym, those of you don't know. So it's a super special place for me. A lot of memories. I've been going there, since 2012. I was a very different person back then. And yeah, to max out, and Rip usually announces the meets. So it's kind of special to lift big weights in front of him too. I know he would have liked to see my press. But hey, it is what it is. So Phoebe had a great idea. That's Chase's wife. She had a great idea to tell me to drive up to OKC where their gym is. And so that's the home of Chase Lindley. So yeah, he's a good buddy of mine and had a place to crash for the weekend. So it's only a 2-hour drive from Wichita Falls. So went up there on Thursday, well, actually Friday lunch, and had a great max out day there. So that was Saturday. As planned, the meet would be happening on a Saturday. So ended up maxing out anyway. So like I say, the rules weren't the same in terms of when a group of lifters go and then you have your turn and it's all very orderly. And then your lifts would come systematically. I could kind of lift whenever I wanted to, whenever I was ready. So when it came to my last warm-up and my opener, there would be Phoebe just acknowledging that and, having people look on and check it out or have a side spot on the squats. So that was useful, obviously. So first attempt, again, this was in pounds. So usually a powerlifting meet would be, or a strength lifting meet would be in kilo plates. So they're very thin calibrated plates, these being more thicker American pound plates. So the bar was a lot the weights ended up being a lot further away from the collar. So there's a lot more wobbling or oscillation of the bar, which kind of throws you. But I have lifted heavy back squats, especially. I have done them in training with different equipment. So I'm kind of grateful because in training, if you guys have seen, I think I squatted 270, which is close to, 600 pounds with bumper plates. So, it definitely wobbles a lot more, which is kind of similar to how it feels with pound plates, which is what I did today. So that stuff can throw you off if you're not used to it. So yeah, without further ado, my first attempt was 550, which is 249 kilos. That went easy. And then I went with what my strategy was, which was to do 605, which is 274 kilos. So I made sure I buried depth and I felt confident and I wanted to just scratch my third attempt tactically for the meet anyway, to save me for the press and for a deadlift. And so, Chase actually said to me, I should approach this day more as just maxing out everything. But the thing is, with me, and when you're stronger and more advanced, you have to know which card you're going to drop. Because me doing a 610 squat could have fucked up the whole meet just by getting that 610 squat. And I think I was much happier with this result. So that being said, I did a press with 315. So I ended up doing what I wasn't supposed to do, which was 142 kilos. That went fine. I missed my second attempt on 330. I just got a bit in a hurry to lock it out, but I was a bit forward, and as I got under it, it just shot forward. But I made it on the third attempt. So, from a meat perspective, I would have got the third. So 330 in the bank, still chasing 350 one day. So for the deadlift, I was a bit uncertain about mixed grip because with the starting strength bar a couple weeks back, I missed 600 And I actually think now, looking back, I think it's just the knurling is very, very passive. And yeah, so my opener was supposed to be 550, but I actually think I ended up doing like 585, smoked it. And then when it came to 600, I really crushed it. So I was kind of really happy with that. My secret second goal, apart from doing like a 600 squat and deadlift and then a 330 press, was to get a 700 kilo total. And again, in a meet, you know, I would have had a third attempt to maybe crank out 610 or 615, which would have given me a 700 kilo total. You know, that's what I should have done. But instead, because it was my meet, my rules kind of vibe, I just put some straps on and I went for 645 pounds, which would have been an all-time PR. That would have been 292.5 kilos. So it would have given me, you know, 2.5 kilos more than my best ever. You know, part of me is a little annoyed that my total was 696 kilos, which is 1,535 pounds. You know, 4 kilos shy, whatever, 8 pounds or so. Is what it is. Like I say, if it was a meet, I might have maybe done a more strategic deadlift because I wouldn't have been allowed straps. But yeah, it was fun to just put 645 on the bar and just rip it and see what happens. So, you know, the meet was cancelled, but I certainly maxed out and I had a great fucking day. And I loved hanging out at Fortitude 405. And it was just a great weekend to catch up with Chase and Phoebe and see the baby, the little 4-month-old Penelope. So that she was really cute. And yeah, that's the end of this kind of meet series. I hope you liked it. And if you did, comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the business. I'm Karagavan. That was Beautiful Strength. And remember, the barbell never lies.